Okay, try again. My colleagues and I are here to share some thoughts with you on the achievements of the UPA 2 government over the last 3 years. The UPA has been in office for 8 years. The record of UPA 1 is well known. And UPA 1 went to elections in 2009 and came back into office with a far greater majority. And UPA 2 was formed in May 2009, and we've completed 3 years. I'll make a few brief opening remarks. My colleagues may wish to add a few lines, and then we will throw open the floor for questions. As you're aware, we were coasting along at a growth rate of about 8.9% from 2005 to 2008. Then came the international financial crisis. Nevertheless, thanks to the fundamental strengths of the Indian economy and its resilience, even in that very difficult year, we recorded a growth rate of 6.7%. But we told the people that we are confident we will bounce back. The people gave the UPA a resounding vote of confidence, and the UPA 2 was formed. In the first 2 years, thanks to the stimulus package and a large number of other measures that were taken, growth rate touched 8.4% and again 8.4%. The third year has been more difficult because of a crisis in the Eurozone, because of very high crude oil prices and volatility in the commodity market. The year that has just gone by, 2012-13, has been a difficult year. Nevertheless, we have recorded a growth rate of 6.5%. There has been some pressure on the fiscal deficit, on the current account deficit, but we have maintained all the flagship programs. We have funded the flagship programs. There are a number of programs that are being implemented, but there are 15 programs that are being implemented all over the country, in every state, including Gujarat. For example, if you look at what we have done in Gujarat, as an example, I could say the same thing if I was in Chennai for Tamil Nadu, I could say the same thing if I was in Mumbai for Maharashtra. On the 15 flagship programs, in 2011-12, both central share and state share together was about 11,835 crore. In 2012-13, the outlay will be 16,279 crore. When I say this for this reason, that despite our difficulties, the government is determined to continue with the flagship programs and fund the flagship programs. This includes Mahatma Gandhi Narega, Indira Awas Yojana, National Rural Health Mission, and so on and so forth. Among the major achievements of the last 3 years, I wish to point out that the per capita income in the country is rising. It's not falling. We are not in a recession. We are not contracting. We are growing. We are growing a little more slowly than we would have liked, but we are growing. The central government is able to give more money year after year to states and union territories. Allocation in the social sector increased significantly by 31,226 crore rupees. 50 lakh new Anganwadi centers were opened and 97 million children have benefited. 12 crore job cards have been issued under Mahatma Gandhi Rega. That means 1 in 5 households are today covered under the scheme. Agriculture credit has risen in 1 year by 100,000 crore rupees. This year agricultural credit outlay is 3,75,000 crore. We have a record amount of food grain stock. Food grain production has been a record. Stocks are a record. Our stocks today are 5 crore 45 lakh tons of food grains. Never before have we had such a stock of food grains. We added last year 20,500 megawatts of power capacity. 8,000 kilometers of highway projects were awarded. Foreign direct investment increased by 55% in the last financial year. 10 crore new phone connections were allotted last year. 2 crore 24 lakh people now have internet and broadband connection. More foreign tourists are coming to India. From 5.78 million in 2010-11, it rose to 6.29 million in 2011-12. Revenues from tourism increased from $14.1 billion to $16.5 billion. I just thought we'll highlight a few things to dispel the sense that we are declining or we are contracting. We are not contracting, we are growing. We would like to grow faster, but we are a growing economy. In fact, the only 2 large economies in the country are growing at a high rate, and one of them is India, the other being China. Now I want to close by indicating 3 performance indicators which are usually ignored. But these are good indicators of the strength and resilience of the economy. Firstly, India continues to be a high investment country. Yes, the rate of investment may appear to have slowed down, but we continue to be a high investment country. We continue to invest 35% of our national income. In 2011-12, total FDI that came into India was $46.85 billion. The previous high was in 2008-9 with $41.9 billion. So actually last year we got nearly $5 billion more, and that is a record. That is the first indicator. The second indicator, Indian business continues to invest abroad. Indian companies now rank 5th in the world after US, Canada, Japan and China in respect of net overseas purchases. It is a sign of India's increasing managerial skill and our capacity to enter new markets. Third, India's exports continue to grow. From merely 5.3% as a proportion of GDP, it is now 22% of GDP, which means we are a more open economy. In the last 8 years, India's exports have grown at an annual rate of 21.9%. The imports and exports together as a proportion of GDP is an indicator of the openness of an economy. We are a more open economy today than ever before. All these are indicators of our strength, of our resilience, and we are confident that India will get back to the high growth path. I do not wish to take more time talking about other issues, but I'm sure when you ask questions, we will have an opportunity to respond. I shall first request my colleague, Srimati Ambika Soni, to add a few words.